Welcome back, everyone. I'm Seth Roth, and today we are kicking off the first episode of a Dungeons and Dragons style Druid playthrough on Skyrim Special Edition. I've added in a number of mods that are designed to capture a lot of the RPG elements of Dungeons and Dragons while kind of tiding us over to that glorious moment when Baldur's Gate 3 finally comes out to play. So we're going to go ahead and hop into a new character because I've been toying with these mods for a while now, trying to get them all to balance out right so they don't crash on me. And I think I finally got it together sufficiently that I can actually put this out there live. Well, it'll eventually be live. I'm thinking about it. Still getting used to the idea of putting myself out there for the world without, being able to edit stuff out. But we're going to stick with the Bosmer race because A, their background is all about the forests, which just screams Druid, and B, one of the other mods that I've applied is a racial overhaul with different powers and abilities and even a quest that's unique to each race. So we're going to dive into the Bosmer and see what that looks like. Next, I think this is the preset I was looking at before. We're going to lighten up his skin tone a little bit, give him some muscle. He's out in the woods, he's surviving on his own, he's not some puny little mage going through textbooks all the time. Lighten up his complexion, get the dirt right. So many ways to throw dirt onto a person's face. Not going to worry about scars or war paint because I want to highlight a special mod that is one of my favorites for making your character look particularly devastating. Let's see if we can get a smaller nose, bring it down a little bit maybe. No, bring it up, that should be fine. Not too picky when it comes to facial features. I figure most of the elements of a character are going to be buried under armor for the majority of your gameplay. Unless you're taking the helmet off for like screenshots and stuff. But we definitely want to have him to have big eyes. That'll do. Because my favorite mod that I have just brought in is Starlight Eyes, which gives you so many more options for eyes. Just look at that. Just look at those eyes. Can you picture the eyes flashing like that just before it turns into like an ice wolf or something? It just looks primal to me. And those eyes, I'm still saving those. I think that's going for like a cleric or a paladin playthrough. Can you just see the divine's power just pooling up and pouring out of this guy as he tears himself into some Daedra? That'd be great. These eyes are fairly druidic in my opinion. Basically anything with a greenish hue, but those I like those too. The glowing, I don't know why. I'm a big fan of the glowing eyes. Definitely these are definitely contenders for high-powered druid eyes. Those would go to my wife. She's a big fan of purple. I'll probably use these ones. Yeah, I like that green glow. Okay, that's pretty creepy. That's just creepy. That might be for a necromancer or something. No pupils, right? Blind necromancer. Oh yeah, those ones would be for my wife. Glowing and purple. Yes, definitely for her. Let's see. And then these ones. I feel like if I make a evil character that like makes pact with Daedra or serves the Empire, I don't know. But I feel like Oblivion is staring back at you through those eyes. That's just beautiful. I feel like I can take a pair of eyes and just build a character playthrough off of those because some of these are so unique and awesome. And I've only been through half of these eyes, so we're going to dial it back to the pure green ones I saw before. I think there was... Yeah, these will be fine. Okay, and then as to the brow and mouth, let's just make a couple... Yeah, he's a wilder, right? He's a druid, so he's not going to be perfectly well kept. Not by a long shot. And let's tweak his mouth a little bit, maybe just thin him out. That should be fine. I think there was one other lip color. Yeah, just make it. He's not wearing makeup or anything, of course not. Let's see if we can get him a slightly wilder hairstyle. Oh, that's pretty cool. That'd be nice. I think the braid looks pretty good, though. It gives him a little bit of class. And then, let's see. That beard looks awful clean shaven for being someone that survives out in the woods. Let's see what else we got. And come on, give me cool and scruffy. Ah, I like that. That'd be good. You picture this guy approaching you in the wild, dressed in leather armor and accompanied by a bear of some kind? Yes, please. Alright, finish and name your character. Given that he's a druid living out in the woods, he's probably not going to be too creative with the names. I'm assuming he hasn't read Lord of the Rings or The Wheel of Time or Game of Thrones. So let's go ahead and take advantage of the customized character creator. We're going for a wood elf. The new perks that these guys get, you'll notice they've heavily adjusted his starting stats, so he's going to be a bit squishy and a little light on the magicka, at least at first. But his archery is going to be really nice. He learns that faster, along with light armor, lockpicking. I don't know that the pickpocketing is going to be a big focus for a druid, but sneak will likely be. For standing stone, we're going to grab steed. I know that doesn't seem very druid-like, but with the survival mods that I have implemented, it's necessary to have that extra character weight, carry weight by far. We're going to do a custom class, which allows you to pick the specializations. Definitely going for magic. This is going to be a magic-based druid that's capable of shapeshifting. When I first tried this run, I ended up making just a stealth archer, and I didn't like it as much, because the whole point of the druid is to feel like the power of nature is in the palm of your hand. That said, we are definitely going with a magic specialization. Alright, class's favorite attribute gets a plus 20 starting bonus. That's definitely going to be magicka. Major skills are the ones you're most proficient in. They get a plus 20 and they grow 20% faster. So the question then becomes, what are the most important skills? Our most important skills, because of the mods that I've imported into this, are going to be Conjuration by far. Although we won't be focusing a lot on Creatures from Oblivion. We're going to be adjusting. I know in Skyrim you can learn like a crap ton of spells, but we're only going to use the spells that fit a 5th edition D&D playthrough. And if you don't believe me, I have a player's handbook right here with the list of spells that druids are capable of casting. So we're going to be careful to make sure that we're not raising the dead or summoning Daedra. Atronachs are fine because they're elementals. But other than that, we will be restricting this character. So other major skills, we've got Conjuration. Since he is a magic class and druids do use lightning and fire and ice, destruction is definitely going to be his primary mode of self-defense. And then Alteration is actually surprisingly useful in a survival playthrough. Let me see. So we are going to go with light armor. I think that's in stealth. There we are. Yeah, because he is going to use like hide and scale armor. Druids in D&D usually can't interact well with metal, and I am debating on whether Skyrim's elven armor is an equivalent, because it is technically made by elves, who are usually the druid-friendly types. But we shall see. Let's go ahead and throw in some sneak, because particularly when you're starting out, druids do use some stealth. So where are we missing there? We could do some more alchemy. We could do some enchanting, illusion. I do remember that Bosmer got a strong burst to archery, and druids do start with bows. So although druids with their aversion to metal means I'm not sure the kind. We'll be careful what kind of arrows he can use, because like steel arrows and stuff obviously would not work. Now, as you can see, I'm using the random start mod, which I love it. I just got it last week, and it's just, there's over 400 different starts you can have for your character, and I'm so excited to see how this one plays out.
Approach, my child, and choose where your new life shall begin.
Alright, so we are going to, there's so many options here. Arrived, you can show up on a shipwreck, you can start in the safety of a guild hall, you can start within an inn, you can start in one of the main armies, you can do the vanilla start, but let's face it, if you get this app, it's because you're really tired of that 20-minute ride down to Helgen. I've tried starting as an outlaw, but we are going to go with camping in the
Can
woods.
be so peaceful
If you
this
want
time
to
of
do
year.
this
Good
run
hunting.
at a higher level of difficulty, I highly recommend the option of being Left 4 Dead, because it literally drops you in the middle of nowhere, and yeah, you're done, son. So we're going to kick off there. All right, so let's dive into Thorn's exciting life and take a look at the survival mods that we will be implementing. The Druid challenges will not be kicking off until this character is level 10, so we actually have quite a bit of time to get used to the survival elements that will be part of this Druid's life. Ooh, that was a dragon. Oh, that's Alduin leaving Helgen. It's so nice to see all of that just floating away. No 20-minute ride in a wagon for me. Yay! Alright, so step 1. You can either wait until nightfall, stare at the sky, and activate Frostfall, or, because I like my mods, we are going to go into mod configuration, we're going to grab Frostfall, and we're going to enable this sucker. Alright, let's give that a second to kick off. Lost in thought, you reflect back on how much the wilds have taught you about yourself over the last several days. You recall a book you once lost that was full of wisdom about survival in the open country. On a whim, you open your pack and find the Survivor's Guide to Skyrim staring back up at you. Had it always been there? Or had thought alone summoned it? You push aside the thought as you thumb through its pages, and then carefully place it back, knowing that some things are never truly lost. That got a lot deeper than I expected most tutorials to become. Alright, true to this thing's word, we now have the Skyrim Survivor's Guide to Skyrim. Hopefully we won't have to spend too much time piecing through it, because I've done this a couple of times. Am I? Oh geez, okay, oops. One exciting thing about the alternate start is it will drop you right in the middle of Oh Holy Crapdom. And this would qualify as Oh Holy Crapdom. I've been on this like 3 seconds and already they're trying to eat me. Serious? And there's more? Ah! Okay. What other weapons we got? I'm already out of stuff. I have my hunting bow. Okay. Ah! Okay. Let me... Higher ground. There we go. That's right. Apparently he's too young to realize he can climb. Yeah! Alright, anybody else? You sure? Come on now. I don't want to fall asleep and have you chewing on my throat. Where are you, little red dot? Aha! Oh, seriously, too small! I have a mod that it's called Immersive Creatures of Skyrim, and it throws you some... I mean, it adds variety. Look at that. Gray wolf pup. This thing had babies, and they were all hungry. Alright, as you can see, this character didn't start out as a druid, so I guess if we wanted to get into the role-playing side of it, this character starts out surviving in the wild, and then embarks on a quest for just money and survival, and eventually learns to fall in love with nature and the power she holds. But for now, our primary concerns are survival, which is why I picked camping, because it already gives you all these elements that you desperately need to survive. So step 1, we're going to go into our menu. We have this new option here under powers. We have weather sense that is going to help us understand weather-wise where your temperature is, your exposure, how close you are to freezing to death. Harvesting wood is important for preventing that, to be sure. And then we have build a campfire, which you won't need immediately because we already have one. Create item will allow us to build more survival instruments. So the last time that I did this, if you start with nothing, if you start Left 4 Dead, you have none of these tools, and it is a much more challenging start. But because this is the first time I've done this as a full playthrough, so I brought the difficulty down to expert, and I haven't used these mods for more than a couple hours straight. So we're gonna try this out and see how this goes. So first thing you want is your woodcutter's axe, because if you're near any wood chopping block, you can collect firewood. Now, some added perks of this that you really don't get into in the vanilla game is that you can actually sell firewood for money. And when you're first starting out, when you first get out of Helgen in the vanilla game, you're already like level 5. You've got spells, you've got firepower, money is already coming in. But when you start off at level 1 on alternate start, you have a lot less resources, and sometimes there's no safe place for that initial training and levels. In which case, knowing that you have these other options for gathering resources and selling them is really helpful, because I also used a mod that tanked out how much your inns start, how much they cost, I should say. So you can't just expect to plop down 10 gold and get a safe place to rest. So we've got our axe, which will allow us to, I'll show you guys what this looks like in the wild. If you go away from camp and activate this special power, you can, because you have an axe, you can chop deadwood, or you can gather branches. Branches are good for keeping a fire going, but deadwood allows a lot more crafting options. So you definitely want to get deadwood if possible. Now we've got enough wood stocked up that we can build a fire wherever we happen to be. I totally forgot about you. As you can see, we start with a storage bag, which is fantastic because my character is already hungry. And yeah, we're going to need all this. Okay. So you notice, bottom right corner, I have this apple symbol. That is because I have a need. We have a mod called I Need in place, which tracks your hunger, your need for sleep, and your thirst. So right now we're going to go ahead and eat some bread. But there should be, oh wait, I have to enable it. If you go into the I Need system menu in your configuration manager, is that under basic? I want this, yeah, we want visible water skins. That's immersion right there. Absolutely. We're going to set time so that it's a little slower. Your time will be a little slower in the global aspect of the game. This is what I really want. Actions, the I Need action. This is great because now when I go into my powers, I can bring up I Need, which gives me these options. So I hit status and it tells me I'm a bit hungry, I am hydrated, I am rested. So that lets me know that I need to activate that power again and go to auto eat. This is so much faster than doing the survival challenge on Fallout 4. For sure. You don't have to go into your inventory and find all the right stuff. It just automatically picks out what you need. So let's see what we got here. Use cooking pot. I don't know if... Okay, we don't have anything yet. We'll have to go out into the wild and get up enough meat for us to cook. But we do have some food already saved up. Although I didn't see a water skin. Oh, water skin is empty. Okay, so our first concern is going to be finding a source of fresh water. And then, I don't see a tanning rack around here, so there's not much we can do with the animal leather yet. But let's go ahead and have a look at our map. We're fairly close to Helgen, so we might go by there just to kick off that initial quest line. I'm not going to be focusing on it a lot for this run, but for now, let's get to some water as quickly as we can. You'll notice I've also added in the Skyrim floral overhaul. In vanilla Skyrim, it was kind of funny whenever you were picking spell ingredients because you basically picked whatever had color, and you knew instinctively that that was what you could use for potion making. But as you can see now, like over here, I just did the same thing. Oh look, I thought that was like lavender or something. Nope, just pretty flowers. Which I feel like is more immersive, but also more realistic. If you've ever talked to someone trained in wilderness survival, it's not like every plant out there can become a poison or a potion that heals you. A lot of them are just roughage, right? They don't do anything good, they just look pretty. Okay, we have a cold weather notice. This area is cold, and your exposure will begin to increase. The indicator at the top of your screen, if enabled, shows the current temperature ranging from frigid to warm. Alright, so that's our indicator, upper left corner. A small yellow bar means we're going from warm to cold, but one of the things you can do to stay in the warm is to go downhill. The higher up you go, the lower the temperature, and usually the higher the exposure as well, because there's lots of wind and other nastiness. And you know what? It would probably be a good idea to mark my... Yeah, we're going to mark my camp on my mini-map so I can find it again, because it actually takes a while to stock up on enough leather and enough resources to rebuild all of that, to build a shelter, to put together your cooking stove, to find a good spot to collect all your resources. We're not going to change my stones because I like my steed stone, but we are trying to get down to a water source. I haven't seen a lot of livestock around yet. I haven't seen a lot of animals except for, the 4 wolves that tried to eat me when I first got into the game. That was exciting. Oh look, a kindred spirit. That's perfect. Maybe we got some resources we could use. Alright, so step 1, we're going to activate our needs power and we're going to refill our water skin. You can have multiple water skins, and possibly one of the most immersive things I've seen from the I Need mod is that a full water skin weighs like 3 pounds more than an empty one. So they do a good job of keeping track of that. Now, given that we're a druid, we're not going to be doing a lot of smithing because they're not into metal. If you've seen most D&D games, they don't even wear metal armor.
I've been hunting and fishing in these parts for years.
Yeah?
It's not like my poaching is hurting anyone. The Jarl can hardly eat every deer now, can he?
Yeah, I guess I'm poaching too. Nature was here first.
Take a look.
Let's see, she doesn't have any resources, but she does have some food. So if we're ever low on food, we can come back here.
See ya.
I get the feeling that would be stealing.
Careful.
We are doing a... Ooh, what? Be careful? Oh, she's touchy. Okay. Now, any open fire like this, if you're in a cold environment, you can run up to the fire and get warm. They are pretty immersive about that. You don't have to just build your own campfire every time. That's pretty cool, because like in Windhelm, for example, they have a huge bonfire in the middle of the city, and you can totally just swing by and use that. Okay, so now that we've got our water needs taken care of, and we've got some food, we're going to head back to camp, and then I think we'll head toward Falkreath. We're going to do some hunting, and see what else we can do. We did get some leather from those wolves, so maybe we'll head back to camp first, and then have a look at what options that those leathers give us. Because you can actually create like fur armor, for example, just with the camping mods. You don't have to go into smithing in order to make leather armor. Let's see, I wasn't at my camp when I laid my marker, but it looks like I guessed it fairly accurately. As you can see, the druid will definitely be using plants and potions, so alchemy is on the table. And eventually he will get into enchanting, but not right away. And you'll see why. Okay, so let's switch to create item and see what kind of options we have. Alright, let's go ahead and create a tanning rack. And let's get some more arrows, just in case. And then fur pate. Fur pate is enough to give us a rough bedding. We already have bedding because we're taking advantage of this camp that we start at. But fur pate and hide lace are a good place to start because that's how you start making fur armor. And you definitely will need that when things get cold. Because right now, let me see what we're wearing right now. Okay, so we've already got some starting options here. Coverage, though, is not very good. Warmth is really good. Coverage is to protect you from the wind. So as long as I stay out of the wind, I'll be okay. I have quite a bit of warmth. Although I still would not be comfortable running all the way up to the top of a mountain right now. Like, for example, if we were to head up to Helgen right now, this character would be in danger of freezing to death. And that's not hypothetical. That's what happened the first time I ran this mod. My character came very close to freezing to death. I ended up running like a scared little girl down to Riverwood because it was the only place I could think of where I could be safe. And now that I've had a little more practice with these mods, we're going to do some hunting. Some good old-fashioned hunting. We're going to need some more leather, and then hopefully we can make a cooking pot soon. Because you remember that entire camp that we started with the tent and the hut and everything? we're going to be able to make a portable version of all of those. Oh wait, you pulled out your weapon. Are you just being cautious, or are you a bandit? I guess there's only one to find out. He's a neutral good druid, so he's not going to be just offing people for the... Unless they try to kill him, in which case all bets are off. Alright, so step 1, keep our distance. Apparently they have other... Oh, addled. Great. I'm up against a drug addict. Lovely. Okay, that's a new glitch. Oh yeah, just run away. There you go, come on. This is why I like expert difficulty. Even like the lower level bandits are giving me trouble. Of course I'm level 1, so technically... Ah! Lovely. Archer war! Oh, jeez, that was close. No, come on. Where are you at? Hiding behind a tree, huh? Do I have enough magic to make ends meet? Oh, there we go. Okay. Very good. Oh, is that your butt? Oh, that's your butt. She literally stuck her butt out when she was trying to peek around the corner. Well, that went well. Okay, so we found another... Oh, wait. Did I just hear... Okay, that was just me putting away my own gear. Whew, a little worried. Okay, so let's just massive loot. Take it all. We're in a survival situation. We take everything they have, and then we'll sort it all out. So this is actually going better than I expected. Let's see. Okay, so we've got some gold, which won't mean a whole lot to our druid friend, but there will be some special services that we will have to buy back in town. Oh, fire and shelter. This area is so cold that even with a fire, you can't get any warmer. Shelters trap heat, making your fire more effective. You can usually get warmer by pitching a tent near a fire and getting inside of it. You can also take shelter inside a nearby building or cave, or underneath anything large enough to cover you. Larger fires are warmer than smaller fires. Fur tents are warmer than leather tents. Sorry, I have to get some water. And let me just... I've been trying to get my PS4 controller to work with my PC version of Skyrim. Let's see. Aha! There we go. Alright, no more of that little twitching moving when you can only use a mouse. Now we can just spin. Haha! Love it. Alright, now we can begin in earnest. Alright, give me... There we go. More hide, just like I was hoping for. Ah, Black Mage's robes, also good. I know where our design here is very heavily like a caster, but in the past I've only used this mod with a light armor build, so it'll be interesting to figure out how all that is going to come together. Another source of firewood. We don't need any firewood. And I don't have a cooking stove, though. We're going to have to build our own. Alright, so here's a tanning rack. Let's see what our options are. You notice in the upper left corner there was a note that things are getting colder, so I've got to be careful. Alright, large tent and bedroll. Requires 2 leather and 12 fur pallets. Large fur tent. Now remember they said fur tents are better than leather tents, so we definitely want fur because it keeps you warmer. But we also want, they added in a travel cloak that gives you another source of protection. The best ones of those is probably the most expensive, which is the fur one, which needs 2 fur pate and hide lace, and then your tent just requires leather and fur. So we'll start off by getting a fur pate and then a traveling cloak. That will help to keep us warmer. Let's see, so we want stuff that's as portable as possible, which definitely means we want that large fur tent. 2 leather, 12 fur pate. I don't know if we have enough. Might be able to get by with a small one for now. 2 leather and 6 fur pate. Alright, so give me... Oh wait, do I already have... No, there's my 2 leather. And then we'll get as many fur pates as we can, but not quite enough to get our portable shelter. So we're definitely going to be focusing on that, at least for this initial run. But we need to, let's see, we've got hide armor is not as good. Large knapsack. This is the cool thing that they threw in. You now have a backpack that you can equip that boosts your carrying capacity. Some of them even tie into like blessings of deities and can boost your stats there too. And then we add in this cloak that gives me more warmth and more coverage. So that will also be helpful. That'll keep us warm longer. Let's see. Okay, carry weight is still looking good. I don't think we will need the skooma. We've got water skin. I like to have at least 2 or 3 water skins just in case you're stuck in a dungeon or something. If you wanted to up the difficulty, you can actually make it. Ooh, treasure map. Okay, we'll have to keep an eye out for that. If you want to up the difficulty for, I think it's Frostfall, you can actually make it so that when your character is physically active, like in combat, for example, that it uses up your resources faster. Like you'll be more susceptible to exposure, you'll get hungry faster, thirsty faster, which makes total sense to me. But I'm not that... I'll only take things so far, I'll put it that way, at least for this first run. If people really like this playthrough and they want to see things a little more challenging, I am happy to oblige. But for now, let's figure out this survival stuff. And yes, wait, was it grazing off a corpse? That was so weird. Does Skyrim now have, like... That looked like it was eating the Grey Wolf pup. That's kind of odd. Huh. Okay. Also... Yes, the irony of killing something by shooting it in the butt with an arrow is not lost on me. I'll just say that much. Alright, we're back to camp here. I don't think we have any new items for cooking, but let's have a look. Oh, the venison chop. Okay, so we're going to cook up some meat for us. I'm beginning to warm up because I'm near a fire. And I've got my shelter here. This one is not portable, though. I don't know why. It makes sense that if it's already in place, then I should be able to port it. But alas, we cannot. So we need more leather so that we can build a portable shelter like this one, and then we'll be free to roam the wilds a bit more. Right now we have no such freedom. So let's check the map here, because we already went east, or west I should say. No, I guess it was here in the south where we were dealing with those bandits. We could go further down toward Falkreath. Yeah, we'll do that. Once we have our full setup of tools for survival, then we will take care of the Helgen quest and move on from there. And by the Helgen quest, you basically just go there, see Alduin, and you can go check out. You can find your own corpse, like the corpse of the character you would have been playing if you did the original start, which I thought was just brilliant. But that is another way that they tie you into the main quest, because you do need to kick off the main quest line so that you can still, you know, save Skyrim and fight Alduin and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if we're going to be very heavily into that in this playthrough, because this is more of a Druid survival. I might not even get him dragon powers just to make things more reliant upon the Druidness of his abilities. But true to Druid lore, let's see what we've got here. If it's just Imperials, then we'll be fine, but I don't think we can take 4 guys if those turn out to be bandits. Oh, apparently they've discovered me anyway. Hi guys! Are you, friendly? Maybe? Ish? What are you? Hi. Oh, Stormcloaks. Okay. Yeah, well, I have a mod that, as you can see, overhauls some of the immersive patrols plus something creatures, immersive creatures. I once found a patrol that actually had like an armored giant backing them up. It was glorious, particularly because it was one of these alternate starts, and I was level 1. I've been playing the game for 10 seconds. A bandit was trying to kill me. Oh, hello. Hello. Yes, please. Okay, no, I'm not risking it. 1 arrow missing and all of them will try to kill me, so that's not going to happen, but I will gladly take those wolf pelts. I thought there were 2. Did I see 2? I suspect there were 2. No? Okay. You know what? There's some buildings up there, so we'll head up in that direction. If we can. Maybe I've already... Oh, right, because I chose to go by the water source, which makes sense, right? If you're in a survival situation, you stay close to fresh water if at all possible. One of the things that I really like about the alternate start is you start off so squishy that it forces you to use your surroundings. Like, I've ran screaming like a little child back to town so that I could be protected from whatever bad guys I had incurred the wrath of. And yes, those are necromancers down there, and yes, they almost saw me. So we're going to go ahead and handle them in a druidic style, which namely is shooting them from... Oh, come on. Can you really going to detect me from all the way up here? Smile. Ah, dang it. Oh, that's going to be a lot of... That's a lot of health. Okay, let's see. We're going to retreat, try and shoot and fall back. I hesitate to run. Oh, and I only have 13 steel arrows. Okay, so... Oh, hello. That's new. Familiar. Okay. Nope, time to go. There's only so much I can do with my level 1 druid, and fighting like 3 necromancers and 2 conjurations is not on the list. You guys... Oh, jeez. Okay, let me see what I've got in my little bag of tricks. I start off with the flame spell, so let's see what we can do. You're done. Oh, they ran into actual wolves. Haha! No. You guys can sort out your differences. Oh, come on. Fine. I'll help the wolf. If the wolf will not try to... Everybody wants to eat me! Running. Jeez. Okay. Okay, full retreat now. We'll double back later and loot the bodies. I hope that's not an enemy Atronach. Of course it's an enemy Atronach. Why wouldn't it be an enemy Atronach? Okay, maybe I can find something else that's angry and hostile. So definitely going to be chucking some healing. Run. Oh, jeez, come on. No, I do not wish to die. I'm young, I have so much to live for. Ooh, a house. Okay, realistically there wouldn't be time to pick the lock, given, you know, the circumstances. Okay, that's new. Come on! Zigzag, right? Ooh, okay, maybe this will be... Oh, geez, what's shooting at me from down there? Oh, of course! Okay, this immersive encounters that mod is great, don't get me wrong, but when you're level 1, it is nerve-wracking. But I think all the bad guys are actually behind me now. So if I can at least stay alive long enough... Ooh, I've got half my mana, I got mana back. Maybe I can take out Mr. Red Wolf, and I will be far enough away from everything else that I will be okay. Maybe not. There's still 5 of them. Jeez. When you tick off one cult of necromancers, they all come for you, apparently. Wow, is this guy, like, resistant to fire damage, or what? Alright, where are those Stormcloak soldiers? Stormcloaks! Help me! I'll join your union! Just don't let me die! I will happily join your union! Really? Really? I just promised to join! You're getting out of here! I'm getting out of here too! What a quinkadink! That's another angry wolf, of course. Get me up a hill. Okay, maybe if I'm up here, they can't get to me. Aha! That's right! Stuck, aren't you? Yeah! Okay, wolves are good. Stormcloaks are still staring at me ominously. Oh, jeez, yes, that can reach me. Ooh, wait, I hear something dying. Yes! Finally! Jeez! Were they standing there describing the moral implications of helping me out? That's right. Go, Stormcloaks! Yeah! Yeah! Chase her down! Woo! Some days it all comes together. See what I mean? You know, at level 1, on basic difficulty, you would just roast the necromancers and be done with it. You know? Oh, jeez. Of course I'd step on the exploding Atronach. If you'll excuse me, boys, I'm gonna go loot the body, because you guys did a fantastic job. Oh, no, you don't. You're staying down. Yeah. Ha! That's what you get. Alright. Oh, look, flowers. Okay, alright, now. As is necessary for every panicked Skyrim run, loot the bodies. So many bodies. And the storm. I love that the Stormcloaks are generous enough that they don't mind you looting their fallen bodies. Very kind of them to just let you, enjoy. All right, let me see. Was there anything else down here? Oh yes, the red wolf that wouldn't leave me alone. He chased me like 2 miles. And oh, there was the Atronach that exploded. Yeah, I could use some fire salts. Alchemy is going to be a large part of my guy's build. I have a feeling. Where's the Atronach? Huh. Okay, maybe not. Okay, let's see. So there were a couple more baddies that died around that little lake where I was running for my life. Oh, my eye need. I have not... Oh, I can't use that while in combat. Okay, so I do have to finish off this last opponent before I can eat or drink, which is reasonable, right? You're running for your life. You don't have time to sit there and have a 5-minute coffee break. Oh, Plague Wolf. That's ominous. Oh, you're a squishy. Yes, low levels. Woo! Thank you, Mr. Plague Wolf. Wait, why are there 4 more red dots? 4 more red dots again? Okay, well, we have no shortage of opportunities to level up. That's the takeaway here. There's no shortage of opportunities to level up our casting abilities. Assuming we don't die. Alright, where? I see the red dots, but I have nothing to shoot at the moment. Thank you very much. Oh, well, you look cute and small and hungry. I love it. They can't reach me up here. Sweet. Alright. Who wants to be barbecued first? It's cold out here, right? Oh, jeez. They've got more health than Daddy. Jeez, they're tougher than the other wolf. Ah! Not again. Ah! That's right, little red wolf. We're gonna keep running. Keep running. Ooh, 2 for 1. Okay, that's... Wait, oh, now you're... Okay, some of them had a lot of health, and some of them did not. I'm not sure what to make of all of that, but I think I'm going to have enough leather out of all this mess to build my shelter. So I'm going to try not to complain about that too much. You know what? It might be wise to actually put a perk into destruction. You know, that's probably a good idea. As you can see, my perk tree does not look like a normal perk tree. This is courtesy of the Ordinator perk, and we will get into that a little later in more detail. Right now, the important thing to know is destruction is 1/3, costs 1/3 less, and is a little more powerful for every level I have in destruction. Which, for me, I think is a little more immersive. I think that fixes the glitch where you would be a high-level caster, but your destruction spells would do just as much damage as if you were a low-level caster. There's more of these? Okay, come on. Where are you? I blinded myself with my own flames. Ah! Okay, that was well played. Well played. Yeah, if your enemy is blinded, get him in the back. That was well played. Alright, let's see. Who else are we up against here? Alright, just one more. Come on. Come and get me. Then I can finally eat. I'm hungry. I'm thirsty. I'm tired of these things trying to kill me. Okay, now, let's see. If I can double back, there was like that cool little pond place. I'm pretty sure I killed one of the wolves, killed one of the other necromancers on the way there. Pretty sure. Let me just double check. Pick the flowers, ignore the metal ore, because metal is evil and wrong. I'm a druid. I live off the land, and the land lives off me. Okay, so maybe none of them... I could have sworn something died out here when I was running for my life, but then again, I was, like, literally running for my life. It doesn't exactly do much for one's awareness. Okay, let's see. So I'm actually still on my I need setting, so let's get some food. Venison's been consumed, and some drink. There we go. Alright, so as you can see, bottom right corner, my one need that I'm lacking right now is sleep. And let's see, you should be able to look up how badly that is affecting me right now. Nope. Okay, so I am hungry, or I'm sleepy, but not enough that it's actually penalizing my stats. which is helpful. Ooh. Where's the bird? The Bosmer racial trait actually has a bird that will mark prey for you. And if you have extra damage to that prey, and if you perform this kill often enough, you will get a power that you can activate. So it's a little more immersive than the Skyrim's usual approach, where you just start with your racial power once per day and that's it. Okay, I really hope that this is just like something squishy. Otherwise, this little bird that was giving me help is going to have an issue. I'll eat the bird if he's trying to get me killed. I killed something. Oh geez. Okay, so the bird vision picked up one thing to hunt, but did not have the courtesy of telling me that he had friends. So good to know. Good to know. That little X-ray vision thing you saw was like a magical connection that I have to a pet bird. And then that pet bird marks targets for me, and if I kill 10 of those, 10 creatures in that way, then I will have the added... Ooh, you know what? That Necromancer camp got completely cleaned out. I bet you they had some decent loot. I heard something rustling. Am I okay? I don't feel dead. Man, look at that view. That's just... They did such a good job on this game. That is just beautiful. It also tells me I need to run back to my camp because it's going to get cold here soon. I also have a mod called True Storms, and eventually we're going to see what happens when a storm hits, but it really looks, sounds, and feels like you need to get into shelter or you're going to die. Alright, let's see what we can get from the loot here. I do not need embalming tools, no thank you. Soul fragments, sure, I think you can merge those at some point into something useful. Moon sugar, I don't need that. Yeah, now that I don't know where I could safely sell that anyway. Okay. Oh, I get it. So this is kind of a... It's not exactly in the Skyrim canon because I'm learning conjuration from necromancers. Hi guys. So, how's it going? Yeah? Are you enjoying your taste of mortality fairly well? Don't mind the little druid that technically got all your masters killed. I do not apologize for that, but I'm going to go ahead and just vacate the premises. Thank you very much. I've already dealt with a necromancer group and a horde of ravenous dogs, so I think I have fulfilled my goals for today. Now, let's find our way back to camp before nightfall, sort through the loot of our daily travels, and see what we can build. We should have enough leather now to make a portable shelter. I really want to get a portable cooking pot before we head out, but I'm not entirely sure on how to make it. I don't know if it's included in like the iCamp stuff, because I haven't fully delved into this because I wanted to be surprised, you know? I figured it out enough to not die, but I really wanted to be able to experience the discovery along with you guys. And right now the only way I know of to make a cooking pot that's portable is to buy one. Most of your standard peddlers actually have one in stock. So we are going to work our way up here. Can I get over this lip? Or do I have to go all the way around? There we go. Whew, alright, back to camp. Let's see, so I have a tanning rack now, so let's go ahead and set that out. Deer hide, fur plate, there we go. We're going to put you right there. I love this. This portable camp idea is just great. It's exactly what you would see in Skyrim, you know? Alright, I'm going to use this thing, see what we can do. And of course I'm next to a fire, so it's actually warming me up. Now, our goal is to start off with a small fur tent and a bedroll. So I already have 2 leather, I need 6 fur pates. So let's go ahead and make some more of those. Do I have enough? There we go. Alright, so now we have a small shelter whereupon to rest our humble head. I think the backpack that we currently have only has 40 carry weight, and this has 50. So that's something we might want later. That requires wolf pelts. Oh, that requires full-on pelts. Interesting. We have enough wolf pelts, but I need leather strips, and my leather strips would actually come from... Why would leather strips require an empty water skin? Unless you're actually breaking down your water skin by cutting up your water skin, which I do not want to do. I don't know. Okay, so let's... Well, yeah, I'm not cutting up my water skin, so no. We'll make leather, and then some leather strips. How many leather strips do I want to make another canteen? That's what I want. 4 leather strips, I need leather. Okay, so let's convert another wolf pelt into leather. There we go. Okay, so I feel a little better with 2 water skins. That should be fine. That gives you 6 drinks. That should be good. Okay, so we've got our tent. Can't really make... Okay, we would need 5 more leather strips. I think we can do that. Oh, no, 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 no! No! I did not want to make leather strips out of my water skin. Thank you very much. I gotta fix that. Leather strips, leather. Okay. There is some variation between the tanning rack at the blacksmith and the tanning rack for what you can make yourself. So you do have to be careful about that, because converting leather into strips is something that you can do at any smithing spot, but here apparently it's a little more complicated. I'm not entirely sure why, but we do the best with what we got. Okay, let's convert these wolf pelts into fur pates, because those are common items for survival. Travel cloak, I think we already have that, so we'll probably end up saving the rest of our resources for later. Let me just double check how we're doing. Alright, so we have a portable shelter. We have a portable rack. I accidentally emptied my water skin when I used it for leather strips, so I've got to fix that. Let's stock up on some more firewood, just in case. Oh no, I still have... Okay, so I have 2 new water skins and my full one. Alright, 3 water skins is good. I feel better about that. Only got a few health potions left. Hunting bow, we've got some weapons that we can sell. We're not, he said the Druid's going to be more spell oriented, so I'm not really worried about, let's go ahead and get some chopping. I'm not really worried about one-handed as much, because he's going to be conjuring friends and then hurling magic. Or conjuring friends and then using a bow. That'll work too. I do really want a cooking pot though, because being able to purify, if we up the difficulty a little more, the raw food will actually make you sick, and you have to actually cook it. So you need the cooking pot legitimately to get by. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a nap. Go ahead and do that for 12 hours. We've got enough food. We've got enough water. We have 1 full canteen of water. So we do need to, we'll probably head to Riverwood next to fill up all my canteens and to see if we can buy a cooking pot. I know druids are technically not supposed to be using metal at all, but technically in 5th edition they can actually conjure magic with which to feed themselves. So since we don't have that in Skyrim, or even in the mods that I downloaded for druid spells, we're gonna settle with some camping stuff and finding favor in the eyes of Kinnereth, which is the Skyrim god of nature. I guess we could swing by the Ember Silk Mine on our way. We've got enough room in the carry-weight department, so let's go ahead and do that. Who is that? Is that just a regular guard? Oh, I am damp. Interesting. Okay, so let me just point out something to you guys. This is the survival issues coming to light. If you check... Oh, there we go. Here's the debuffs. So I'm damp. My exposure will increase slightly faster than when I'm outdoors. I'm weaker to shock damage, and I'm more resistant to fire damage. So they actually bring in like elements of your environment into spell casting and resistance and vulnerability. And it's getting cold, so I really do need to get inside before things get bad. And the best way to do that, we're definitely just going to stick to the flame spell for now. Because we do want that destruction to go up. I guess we could get by on just archery, which I know my character is already good with. Yeah, we'll do that. So let's disable flames. use the bow instead, and then see if I can survive this trip without falling to my death. And there we go. Okay. Ember silk mine. I have a feeling there might be a bandit around here. Where could he be? I know he wants me dead. Nothing personal.
You picked a bad time to get lost, friend.
Oh, hi. Well, whoa, hello. Oh, jeez. Is he coming all the way? Wow. Huh. Oh, nope, he's stuck. Okay. He's trying to hide, and he just found out the hard way that that hiding place is inefficient. Ah, ooh, that was a good dodge. Sometimes I can't tell if it's Skyrim glitching or if it's just a really smart AI. Ooh, leather. Yeah! Nope. Okay, I'll settle for killing the bandit. What do you have for me, my not friend? Oh geez, and now I'm soaking wet. Okay, so soaking wet significantly increases rate of exposure. Exposure means you'll go into hypothermia a lot faster, especially if it's cold out. So let's go ahead and grab his gear and get inside the cave before things get worse. Okay, so this is probably a good stopping point for our episode 1 of our first Druid playthrough. I hope you guys have enjoyed figuring out the survivalness of this particular challenge with these mods, as well as some of the chaos that can be unleashed with the immersive creatures and immersive patrols modifications. If you enjoyed this so far, feel free to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and down below feel free to comment what are some of your favorite elements of Druids. If you've played them in other games, if there are Druid characters you really like in the media, what do you like the most about Druids? And perhaps I'll be able to find a mod to bring that to light in the future. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Take care.